talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a care, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game.
It's week 3. Teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3.
Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive.
They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, and Zach Wilson.
And I think if you're handing out hardware through 2 weeks of the season, he might be your MVP. Already 7 touchdown passes in just 2 games. As we do know, though, in real life, they don't hand you out anything this early. A lot of games left to get through between now and the playoffs.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week: 18 carries, 106 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
And a really test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
The Bucs are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson.
They'll swing this out to Fournette.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Wilson.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Fournette once more on 2nd down. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
A pass underneath for Fournette.
And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And this one is right through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead.
So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And his throw is incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Webster. And it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Wilson.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted.
Desmond King picks it. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Going right back to Akers.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. Oh, able to avoid him. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
Well, we've talked about it before. You know, this jet sweep, something a lot of teams like to run nowadays, and this one winds up in the end zone.
And it is all about creating different ways to get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. And wasn't it interesting that prior to this game, the head coach told us, I saw this sitting in my chair watching a Tuesday night college game and decided to implement it myself.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team, because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the draw, this is Fournette.
And slow going there, as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Here's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The big fella. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Elliott now to have the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. On second down, here's Wilson. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. From the gun on third down, Wilson looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down in the 32. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Webster.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for this with Akers.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And they'll get him down right about the 20.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw on 3rd down, Webster. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
The kick by Elliott is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And no return here for Wright. It'll be a touchback.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing is Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. There's Wilson to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. On 3rd down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. The offense trots back out, ready for this next drive. And there's the running back, Cam Akers. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards.
And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Wilson. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Wilson. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. And the Bucs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They give it off here to the tight end. You know, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Fournette
And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the second quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick here is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They were losers a week ago to the Rams, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Webster. Looking sideline, incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Webster. And that's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vita Vea in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
A 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. White now to return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. And remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Now Wilson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Off play action. Webster.
That's out to the flat for Akers.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Webster.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll give this to Akers running right.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 41.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson throwing the out route, incomplete. That's White. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Again, Wilson. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson.
Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. On 2nd and inches, Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete.
And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up for the 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. On 2nd and goal, Wilson. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown.
Cade Otton,
his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Bucs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make it 17-13. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And Cade Otton capped things off with a touchdown grab. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, it's White. Oh, look at the juke. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And it's the Packers who have the lead as that game approaches halftime. The Packers trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Looking to throw. Webster.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And they will take over first and 10.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out first and 10 at their 38. Now Wilson.
This one taken in by Otten. From the 40 now on second down. Wilson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on third down. Here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. A give up the middle to Akers. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On third down, Webster. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
On the give, this is Akers.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Out of the gun now on third down. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
They go play action here on first down.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33.
Now a give, Akers running left. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Webster, he'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
They'll run a draw now with Akers.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down.
A give running right is Gainwell.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Back to throw. Webster steps away to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to fourth down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on fourth down. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
From the 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
So out come the Bucs now. They trail 20-13 our score as they have it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs are an extra point away from drawing level.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie things at 20 all. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Webster. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Webster got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
They'll look to throw again. It's caught. Beckham. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Off the play fake. Webster. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, running left is Akers.
He will push his way down to about the 14. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Webster. Now he's flushed out left. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
On first down, Wilson. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it.
On the move past the 40.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Quez Watkins, 75 yards. And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
Fielded right around the 8. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
To throw on second down, Webster. And this one complete to Smith. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. Operating from the gun, Webster.
He'll dump this off to Akers.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
On 1st and 10, Webster. Little razzle-dazzle by OBJ. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Off the bootleg, Webster rolling to his right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This offense on 3rd down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. And this is caught. That's Watkins.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that last play is now over the 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out into open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a 1st down.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. To throw is Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Wilson to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it will be Eagles football 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Going right back to Akers. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. To throw on 3rd down, Webster. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Webster. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Webster. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Throwing now is Wilson. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Wilson to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. 2 for 2 on the afternoon and a 3rd one winner. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Eagles are going to win the football game.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Eagles, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll fall to 1-2. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.